Hey YouTube, what's up y'all? Namaste. I'm back with another video today, y'all. I really just wanted to come here and just have a conversation with y'all. This is gonna be like more of a transparency kind of vibe, also with like advice in the middle and the end. Just wanted to talk about like abundance mindset and really trusting the universe. Life gets tough sometimes. There are tests that come. A lot of people don't believe in the test, but with my truth and everything that I've experienced, I absolutely do believe in the test before leveling up. I've been tested more in my lifetime after deciding that I would fully put my trust in the universe and fully trusting that energy that surrounds me, whether it be angels, ancestors, spirit guides, ascended masters, whatever, fully putting my energy into that and trusting it, y'all, and allowing things to flow. I have been tested more during this time than ever in my life, and it's probably because I wasn't as conscious of myself back then. But yeah, I've been tested like crazy. I've manifested so much in the last 2 years effortlessly, and a lot of the bigger things that I've manifested I didn't tell nobody about. When I put my mind towards something, I'm laser focused on it, and once I manifest that, I move on to the next thing. I'm not looking for somebody to clap their hands and tell me congratulations, because I never truly had that anyway. It's always just been a me versus me kind of thing. I went to the grocery store earlier and I was just thinking about on my drive how my whole life, like, I've just been on my own, just doing things on my own. I never really had that support that everybody desires, and so I don't look at it as a totally weird thing. I do wish that I had it back then growing up, because it would have made me feel better about myself, a little bit more confident during my growing years and becoming an adolescent. But I mean, it doesn't really matter now because I am where I am now. But yeah, I've always been there to teach myself and validate myself. Nobody has really supported me in that space in its entirety. I taught myself how to tie my shoes. I taught myself how to ride a bike. I taught myself how to drive. Like, come on now. You expect people to be here for these things. There's just a lot that's missing from my childhood and my growing that I realized has contributed to the person that I am today, the being that I am today. And of course, it was all written. It was all part of the divine plan. Like I said, everybody comes here with strengths and weaknesses that are unique to them. And that is one reason why I always say you shouldn't compare your journey to anybody else's, and you shouldn't be a person that has a one-size-fits-all kind of mindset, because it doesn't work that way. Individually, we all have our own personal strengths and weaknesses that we come here with. It's tied to your spirit. We all came to this planet with a certain mission, a certain list of missions actually, based on our soul's journey. And so yeah, we can't sit up here and say that we're the same, because we're not. Everything at core has to do with your own personal energy signature, and a lot of people just don't get that because they're not tapped in with themselves. And so yeah, it was just a thought that came to me. I thought about it for a really long time, like on my drive home, and I'm just like, wow, I'm just in a completely different space than a lot of people around me. And although I have been blessed with people who are like-minded, I never even felt like I possessed the space to speak to people and vent to people about what's going on in my life, because I always felt like my situation was way too unique to even try to explain to somebody. They wouldn't understand it because it's unique to me. It wouldn't make sense to try to explain it to you because you won't understand. Nobody understands this situation more than I do. Even if I don't understand it completely, you won't be able to see it because you got your own stuff going on. Not to mention, a lot of people just lack emotional intelligence and spiritual cognizance. I can't talk to somebody who isn't spiritually aware of themselves, because everything that I see is on a deeper level. I don't need a surface level response to something deep. People lack variety and depth. And I am a person that is definitely of substance and depth. That's one of the reasons why personally I haven't done therapy. I tried therapy like one time in college, and my first experience with it was terrible. I went, the dude was a student. He was training for his master's. He had got his undergrad, but we were going back and forth, and I began to open up a little bit and tell him about what was going on. I can't remember what I had talked about, but he was just pitying me. They were just oh, really? That's so sad. oh really? Like there was no substance at all, and it was so embarrassing. I remember being in that moment, like I could vividly like feel, and the emotions are literally coming back. I could vividly feel this pity that was being put on me. You don't even truly care. You're doing your best to try and make me feel validated in your weird kind of way. I don't know how you would think that that would make me feel validated with this energy that you're giving me. You just expect so much from somebody who's supposed to be knowledgeable. You know what I mean? This is going back to my example, right? The people that lack depth, they don't come with the energy. They don't come with the energy. So yeah, I spend most of my time alone. I deal with my stuff alone. I don't burden the people in my life with my problems. I don't even bother to burden myself with the idea of burdening somebody else. And it may sound a little toxic, okay? That may sound a little toxic, but I feel like I'm onto something. It is saving me a lot of time and energy. I do feel like in this moment, overall, I'm overly self-aware. And I feel like that's one of the reasons personally why like therapy never worked for me. I'm just too aware of myself. I feel like I got a little bit off track, but yes, I just have been tested a lot, and I realized that universe is showing me through all of my strengths, through all of my trials and tribulations, that success looks a certain way for me. Manifestation looks a certain type of way for me. My manifestation should be effortless, and universe shows me that in a variety of different ways. It shouldn't look like I'm overextending myself for somebody or something. It shouldn't feel like I'm getting out of my element or stressing myself out about something. It should be as simple as I've got this goal that I'm looking to achieve. I put the work behind it. I'm still practicing my spiritual ritual and staying true to that. Being mindful, practicing mindfulness, and it comes to me. Of course, there's work that's put behind it, but I should not be overextending myself, especially as a spiritually conscious woman. Okay. But yeah, it's tough, y'all. Like, it's really, really tough. But at the same time, like, universe is going to show you what you're deserving of and what you shouldn't settle for. That's the little mini cycle that I'm in right now that I'm just experiencing. It is a little bit annoying because I'm not getting exactly what I want in the moment. But like I said, God behind me, like, you and your think big era, okay? It's time for you to think big. Like, you think it's small and you need to be thinking big. It's just been a crazy journey. Overall, I'm grateful. I'm super happy to be in the space that I'm in. I couldn't be in a better place right now, even though I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm in a better space than I was this time around last year, okay? And I can affirm that. And I'm so happy about that. Not to mention, all of this is going on while I'm reparenting myself, remothering myself, putting full trust in myself, putting full trust in the universe and God, all that good energy. And it's just in the background. It's always in the background, hovering over me, sending me signals and helping me navigate my path each and every way. And I allow it to flow. And that's why life is so beautiful. And that's why life turns out wonderful and amazing for me, because I'm allowing that energy that is working in my best good to help guide me on my journey. And that's where we all should be in this moment. There's no better place to be in this moment. You have to stay present. You have to stay focused. In order to truly achieve the things that you want, you have to relax. People talk about how great they are at manifesting, and then they turn around and they set a goal for something they're trying to manifest and they stress about it. Stop trying to pounce on top of your manifestation. Slow down. Slow down. You don't have to stalk it like prey. You don't have to kill it. You don't have to move and be so aggressive. Relax. People often forget about the energy of flow. People forget about the energy of non-stress. People forget about the feminine energy that goes into this, because a lot of what we do is based on that masculine energy, and we need to soften ourselves in order to let it flow. It's your manifestation. You followed up, you're holding it, you're securing it. You know, this is your focus, and you're constantly pounding at it, so that we can, get it all shaken up and ready. But you forget that at some point, you got to let it flow, open up freely, and allow it to become exactly what it's supposed to be. If you keep continuing to do this, you might just shake it up and break it. You might mess it up. And if it doesn't have a perfect landing, you might break it. You got to relax. And so that's the space that I'm in. It definitely brought me a lot of clarity. This This is actually just like a download kind of flowing for me right now. I manifest that this helps somebody today. I definitely do appreciate everyone who checks in and listens in, takes the time to listen to my wisdom. It's not always easy, you know, to exist in a space like this. You really have to provide yourself the time and the space to unfold and unwind, so again that feminine energy can flow. And yeah, whatever comes out of it comes out of it, and this is what you all got today. But namaste, I will see y'all in the next one. Take care.